Hello, Taurus dreamers. Welcome to the Mystic Hawk. Today I'm going to be talking about how our most recent solar eclipse in Sagittarius that hit the South Node is going to be affecting your life pretty much from now until March, if not on into your birthday time around May. So this is a really powerful eclipse. This is coming at the end of the South Node in Sagittarius. I don't know if you realize that the South Node Sagittarius came in on May 5th, 2020. That was when a lot of the international travels, a lot of our freedoms were restricted, a lot of the old beliefs about how our life was going to be, all of that was being restricted. So we're going to look at how it affects you and your house, in your particular house for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Risings. And I call you guys my dreamers because one of the polarizing things, it's always been like this, but it's really became very clear, is are you the dreamer or the dreamed? And what I mean by a dreamer is someone that consciously co-creates a reality with God got us all that is. I mean, tuned in, tapped in, turned on, like Abraham says, that ability to, regardless of what's going out there in the Maya, the illusion of the world, that you're able to focus in and use your own intuition as guidance instead of, what always worked in the past, those old beliefs. That's what the ego mind, the monkey mind, always wants us to grab onto. Well, this worked in the past. Well, as we found out, a lot of things that used to work in the past no longer work now, so it's time to get creative. Now, before I get into that with you guys, I do want to let you know that my website is brand new. I've been working on it actually for a while, but the new Mystic Hawk, it's really easy to navigate on phone or on a computer, tablet, however you like. I also sell crystals. I have been out in the woods hunting crystals, not quite ones like this. This is my personal channeling crystal, but I have many beautiful crystals. I have a few up there already. I'm going to also be making some nice pendants and different charms and stuff like that for cars and gardens and things, but that is in the future. But I do have the Mystic Hawk crystals available at Etsy, and you can access that by my website, and also check out my new TikTok. I'm doing little shorts and stuff on TikTok for tarot readings and different insights and stuff. That's the Mystic Hawk 44. Okay, and thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. Now all that business is out of the way, Taurus. Let's where this is going to be affecting you is in your 8th house. That's a real deep, powerful house. It's, one of the dark houses, so to speak. Scorpio is ruled by that. Scorpio rules that house, so it's about death, taxes, and sex, basically, and also other people's money. That would be money that you borrow, money that you owe to other people, or money that you get through inheritance or even a lottery. So it's outside money that you didn't earn. Taurus actually rules the house, the second house of money that you do own by going to work and etc., like that. So yes, this would be money that came to you, not necessarily from a job or a business, and some kind of inheritance or that kind of situation. Now, it's not always with money. Again, we're going to talk about death. It's a big, deep transition that you're going through in this particular house of maybe how you relate, your relationships with other people and money, perhaps sharing space, sharing properties, stuff like that, because it could even be a dynamic of relationships. I'm also hearing for some of you, really have been looking at and delving into the love language, if you're in a partnership, or even if you're not, the love language that you have, and that means how compatible are you basically in bed, how compatible are you not just that way, but emotionally. Do you match up in all the levels of mentally, physically, and emotionally, so you can have that true sacred partnership, as opposed to, oh yeah, we match up great in bed with sex, it's great, but we can't get along for shit otherwise. Or it can be the flip of we're like best friends in the whole world. I just love this person more than anything. But, you know, we just, this, you know, that sexual energy just isn't there. So this could be some other things as far as relationships that you're dealing with. Um, Also, this is going deeper, deeper, not just your current relationships, uh, maybe even the belief systems that we had around other people's money or borrowing money. Death. So some death has been a very big subject out there. The transition process, you know, we've heard about it a whole lot lately, but really, this is really how we release things. I'm seeing a very phoenix-like energy of I feel like I've died 1,000 times already since May of 2020, going through major purgings, because that's what the Scorpio is about, purging out a lot of this old energy, old belief systems around sex and money, other people's money, combining properties, you know, dealing with partners, and perhaps maybe you lost your job or the partner lost your job. It's like having to depend on other people or even the stimulus and the outside money. So it's really been trying to the belief system. I know lots of Tauruses, you like to stand on your own, make your own money from the work that you do, but there might have been other things that come up in that area. So, okay, now they're telling me to move on to the cards. So, you know, this okay, move on to the cards. Now, these three cards are what the ancestors have to say to you. I will be pulling some tarot cards that you can see, but these are the ones I needed to meditate on. And what they're telling me, Taurus, is very, very watery to begin with. We have first, connect with water. Okay, there it is. Uh-oh, we're upside down. Connect with water, okay? And you have the children in the boat, and you know, these are the water people, the boat people. They're born on the water, so they have a very, very powerful connection with the water, as does the blue heron in the medicine cards, and the medic, you know, this is a water bird that dives deep to get its fish. And then the middle card, we have the star seer, which is talking about our intuition and delving deep within the waters of our emotion. The intuition does come from a feeling about things instead of a thought so much. It's really more guided to us about, I feel I need to go this way. I'm getting a nudge to do this. My gut feeling tells me to move in this direction. So what these cards mean, I see all this connection, and instead of just like I did with I've done with Capricorn and Sagittarius so far, one at a time. I felt like all of these were together. I mean, really working in harmony. You're my first reading, so you get my morning meditation reading, Taurus. And this is a very Taurus time. First thing in the morning, the sun is rising, the birds are out, you know, chirping. I have many, many birds here. It's very earthy, and I needed to go out and sit out in the yard for a little bit and meditate before I did your reading, and tune in with the all life. And I'm saying this because that's what the heron does, is talking about. It is really looking at yourself and tuning in with the all life to get all of these different messages. Now, one of the things I do want to say is heron comes into your cards when you maybe not, you don't know who you are and what your life purpose is. I had an occasion probably about a year ago when I wasn't clear with who I was and what I needed to do in the world, yet that's Sagittarius South Node was kicking me out of a certain area, you know, a certain way of being and a certain way of doing myself. You know, it's done it to all of us. It's not just you. We're not picking on you, Taurus. This is just in the 8th house is where it's hitting you. So it's a really heavy house, and it's cost a lot for you to really do some introspection. Some of you have really done the work on yourself to say, to do that honest questioning of what have I done to create this? What patterns in my family did I inherit that brought this relationship I had with other people, other people's money, the sexuality, all this really deep emotional stuff, even if it's not sexual, these deep emotional intertwined connections that I have with people. Where did all this come from? And if you're not happy about what it was, it's time to look at that and change it. And Heron can give you the strength to do that and come up out of that foggy, seeing things, trying to people please and doing things for the gram. That's what I heard. That's usually not something I use, but there's some ancestor came through, a younger one says doing something for the gram, always want to be in the front. It's really about who am I on the inside. So talking about what the personality that you present to the outer world as opposed to who you are in the inner world, they're actually coming to be the same person. But it was a fight. I'm hearing it was a real power struggle within yourself for a while to allow the deeper part of yourself to emerge and be seen, because it's very vulnerable. I mean, eighth house energy, that's like the deepest possible intimacy that you can have, and there are things that are more intimate than sex, by the way, Taurus. That's the sharing of your deepest dreams and emotions and what your true motivations are. And there's someone in your life that you can share that with. You're very fortunate. Not everybody has that, but you do have one person you can always share that with, and that is your higher self. You notice, look at this higher self. Let's see if I can get it here. There we go. See, the higher self is helping your little self up the ladder of intuition and guiding the way. The higher self always sees your potential, even though you may not, even though you may have found yourself in moments of self-pity or feeling like things are hopeless. And your higher self says, oh no, this is just one of those moments in time. This is just one of these learning experiences that makes us stronger, that helps us to understand more of who we are. Whether it be a situation of jobs, some kind of situation happening with money or relationships, whatever. This is just one of those bumps in the road that's here to teach you a little bit more about who you are. I do see the ancestors saying that, we want to talk to you, Taurus, and come and sit by the water with us. Come and sit whatever lake, river, stream, what's your favorite place to sit where there's a fairly large body of water. It could be a pond. It depends on where you're at. If you're only in the city and, there just might be a large pond in the park, it could be that, especially if there's ducks and stuff around, some nature. Blue heron, somewhere where a heron may want to come and wade. So they like to fish in rivers, of course, and, they'll even hit a pond duck every once in a while, especially if your pond has lots of fish in it. I've seen plenty of herons out in the farm ponds. They know all their little spots between the rivers and stuff and the big lakes. They have their routes that they fly, and I used to have one that would come and visit me pretty regularly down on the river. That was the War Eagle River. So I digress. So yes, so it is a connecting, and through that you find your life purpose by being true to yourself, by finding out what you really want and what you really need. And there's going to be, I feel like you've been pulling back so that you can understand that. Another thing about the heron, I did mention Phoenix. So the heron is like the real world Phoenix as it dives in. It's like it goes between the world. Heron kind of walks between the worlds with its big legs. So it's got one foot in the water world where it may hold another foot up in the air, or even maybe have it on the bank, but usually holds one foot up in the air, like where one foot is down in the water world. Sometimes they have both feet in the water. You never know, but I have often seen them hold their one foot up. So they're, standing in two worlds. And as you emerge up out of that spirit world, it really is like a whole new version. So you never count you out, Taurus. You're always going to have a new scheme of how you're going to, not even just that scheme, but a plan, idea of how you're going to come up and out of the situation you're in. Try to make the best of what's coming You're very prepared. So you do feel like, I have a feeling some of you Tauruses out there, when this situation, this world situation hit us in 2020, that you were prepared more than other people. Your food was full, your pantry was full, you had all your survival stuff. You were ready for Freddy, and you were the people that weren't prepared, they came looking for Taurus, right? Now the question is, the Taurus say, I don't have anything. Did you keep your hoard to yourself, or did you help your fellow man? Did you? Most people did, yes, of course. I also see many Tauruses were gardening, very much connected to the earth, and that's a very smart thing to do. We all should be growing something to eat. I need to speak to myself. I need to plant an organic garden as I'm looking at it out the window. So thank you, Taurus, for the reminder. So let's see what the tarot cards have to say. This is really powerful. I mean, this is like a major, deep soul transition. This is not just a personality transformation like Sagittarius has gone through. That's first house, the house of the self. No, Taurus, you're going through this soul transformation, connecting more to who you are at the soul level, and that's definitely going to, being around water is going to definitely help that out for you. So what else do we have to say for sun, moon, and rising for dreamers? Okay, we got a couple of cards that flashed out at us right away. We have, of course, a pentacle, the Seven of Pentacles. He has a little harvest. He's walking away. I don't know if in the past, some past investments, you weren't just real. I mean, you worked really hard for something that I feel like you were kind of ho-hum about the gains. Maybe you were in a business with someone, you worked somewhere, or maybe even started your own business. Perhaps this first year you started a garden, you thought you would have the Garden of Eden the first year. Well, I've been doing gardening for over 25 years, and I'm telling you, it takes years to really build and establish a garden. So it just takes a little patience. Next year it'll be better. You'll improve. It's science. It really is. Horticulture. That's the fancy word for gardening. Anyway, so we got the reverse Two of Pentacles here up that goes next to the Seven of Pentacles. Looks like there was some juggling, maybe two different jobs, two different situations, juggling back and forth. But I'm seeing for some of you, it was still working the regular job. Those of you that were able to get out and do that, and others of you are taking what you got from that situation and taking the Ace of Pentacles here. You're dropping one of these, saying, I can't keep juggling. There's too much going on. I can't handle two businesses or two houses, or going back and forth between two situations, even if it's two people. But really, I'm seeing just money issues. Your focus is on your bag, Taurus. You want about the money, right? Oh, okay, that's what I'm hearing. Well, that was an interesting ancestor that came through. All right, so yeah, it's all about the money, honey, but it's really, because of maybe what you see that other people have. Why don't I have it? Why have I blocked myself? Really wanting to have a better future. I really feel that. And then Venus will be a ruling planet that we share, Taurus. You're that solid air. This is what I call crystals. This is solid air. Like a quartz crystal, it is air. There's a lot of mental energy, a lot of things that you can channel from the air. It amplifies things in the air, yet it's solid like a rock. This is air you can hold on to. That's what I see as a quartz crystal. Now everybody's saying it's silicone. Like, if you want to get into be a scientist, but I'm saying spiritually, esoterically, the quartz would be air, but it's fixed air, Taurus. Okay, so there you go. So there's an example for you of being fixed air. So definitely still able to receive things, but it's a solid fixed receiver, as opposed to Gemini. It's like this way, that way. It's the wind blowing around in circles, right? So everybody has their place. We're not talking about Gemini's bad now. Air is fun. So what else we have for Taurus Sun, Moon, and Rising? Now, this is some powerful times. Whoa. Now, this wanted to come out kind of sideways. It's almost reversed. So I'm just going to show it's the Five of Swords, that dreaded Five of Swords. That's ugly mind energy. That's ugly narcissistic ego energy. Perhaps some of the people you're dealing with in the past, especially those that control the money. It was definitely he with the most swords wins kind of situation, but you don't realize that you're burning bridges with so many people. I don't know if this was you or someone else, or just the general energy perhaps around your workplace money, or other people's money that you had to deal with, maybe a boss or situation. I'm going to leave that frost right there and see what else is going on. Also, I'm seeing when it comes to your intuition, now that I have it down here with the cards, it's that ego monkey mind that doesn't want to hear the intuition. No, my way or the highway. Fuck the intuition. I know what's right. We don't need all this wishy-washy. Get to know yourself. Oh, that number one, that's the Norse god Odin gave to us, the number one rule: know thyself. The more you know yourself, the more solid you are, the more focused you can be, and the more successful you're going to be. But if you have this mind or other people gaslighting you, this is the narcissist gaslighting you, telling you don't know what you know, your own ego gaslighting you, telling you don't know what you know, definitely gets in the way of the intuition. Higher self says put it up there like that, because higher self is always over the top of the ego. Always showing your heart self, your true self, not this nasty ego that's been built up over time. We're leaving this behind. Come on, baby. Let's go up. Let's ascend. That's your higher self showing you how to do it. Let your higher self and your intuition show you the way out of that dark shit. And I think a lot of you have been doing that, and it's good job, Taurus. Keep going. Keep that self-reflection going. Know yourself. The better you know yourself, the more successful you're going to be, and then you'll feel that Queen of Wands energy. You may have a Aries, Leo, Sagittarius around you, but I'm really feeling this is you, Taurus, because I really do my readings about you, what you could do for your personal growth, how you could change within. You might have a few things about other people. Possibly you could have had issues with a fire sign person, but she's in the upright. So what I'm feeling is we all kind of got our fire back with this eclipse that happened on the South Node, releasing all that energy, saying goodbye to that situation, gave us our fire. Get your mojo back. She also, the Queen of Wands, she got her sexual mojo too. We were talking about that 8th house stuff. So maybe if things have been a little sleepy in that department, they're definitely waking up with that wand there the Queen has. Even the Queen has a wand in this deck, baby. Alrighty then, moving on. So, what's next? What's next, Taurus? We have... Yep. Here we go. We got these 3 cards. They're talking about the 6 of Pentacles. If that's nothing but other people's money, it's also the equal give and take in relationships. You see the rich guy. You might have been dealing with somebody, this narcissistic rich guy that... he's dealing out peanuts while he's making bank, and you're working your ass off. I don't know where that came from. That was channeled for some of you. And we do have this devil card to confirm that. Like, he wants to keep you in your place, Taurus. These are also addictions, that sexual, some of the, look at the sexuality happening at the foot of him there. We're definitely talking about that deep scorpionic possession, wanting to control through sex. And the Queen of Wands, she's good at that. That's what we call the Jezebel effect there, controlling you through your lower chakras, so to speak. But I digress. Yes, definitely some kind of obsession. Could even be an obsessive relationship or something. Again, I don't get it to, there's so many people out there talking about this karmic, that karmic, so I'm going to focus on what you can do and how you can work work to ascend out of this, ascend out above, away from these karmic situations. You do it first within, and then you start drawing the right people on the outside. You don't, it doesn't come with the right people show up and they help you change. No, you change, and then you'll magnetize them. And what a wonderful card we have is the Sun card that comes up next. Now this Sun card is in the After Tarot deck, so you know, once the photographer leaves, the kids are all there going, yeah, and you know, they really are them Gemini twins. And guess what? Everybody thinks twins always get along. Sometimes they can hate each other. They can hate each other, people. You know, a lot of times they say it, spiritually speaking, twins are like one soul. I'm not talking about twin flames, but, you know, actual physical twins that are born in the world is like one soul, and they never could, you know, your inner masculine, inner feminine always fought with each other. So you actually literally, those two parts of you incarnated out to work it out, to duke it out. But anyway, these two twins, you know, the cameraman, the photographers left, man, they're fighting over the flag. It must be nap time, you know. And the son's like not looking all too happy. He's like, seriously? Because these are our inner children. This is, the sun is Leo, the inner child. And it's really wonderful to connect with the inner child, but when we're in everyday adult life, it gets in the way. You know, the play can become detrimental. It can get in the way and become obsession. And what was fun in the sun for a minute can, you know, yeah, that was fun, but where did it go? Did it build anything solid? Did we go anywhere with it? Remember, Venus, your ruling planet in Capricorn, are going to be there for a while. If it's a retrograde in Capricorn, by the way. So going back over these old issues, I want something solid. I want something real. I want whoever the partner is needs to bring something to the table that, you know, this is even Capricorn energy. It's the devil, but it's still Capricorn energy. It's like, you know, you need to put a ring on it, honey. Even if you're not interested in getting married, it's about signing contracts, have a solid contract so we can build on something, so that we can come together and trust each other without all this backstab and fuck shit been going on here. And you know, people promising a big. So this is 7 of Pentacles. This is after the 6 of Pentacles. Maybe he's handing out seeds to people. Oh, you're going to have big yields. Just trust me. Like Monsanto showing up to the farmers, right? Remember, I was in agriculture major, right? So, but then, you know, they end up with way less than what was promised. Or maybe some business deal. Oh, yeah, come on board. Let's do this. But it really didn't pan out. I think Taurus is saying maybe I'd be better off just going out on my own. I would be a lot happier, even if the inner children are grumpy at the moment. I'm still happier than being stuck in this devil's lair and this obsessive relationship that's very toxic, right? So it is about leaving those toxic relationships behind, even if you need to go out on your own. Because the Queen of Wands, she's not going to be single any longer than she feels like, ever. Ever. Queen of Wands can always get them some. No matter how old they are. I'm serious. Fire signs. And I'm talking about the men as well as the women. This is just your feminine energy. Okay. Taurus. This is what this blue heron was talking about. This reverse 3 of Wands. This guy's waiting for his ships to come in, but you know, if it's reversed, yeah, the ships are here, but then you forget to check which one is your ship. There's all kinds of ships coming into the harbor, but there's only one that has your cargo on it. And if you don't know what pier to go to, where to go check in and pick up your cargo, you might end up going and checking in with a pirate ship and get taken off, you know, because you didn't know who you are, where you were going. You ended up getting bamboozled and ended up on some kind of merchant ship when you went there to pick up something you ordered, right? Or you ended up going, okay, you thought you were going on the ship to America, you ended up on the one to Africa, right? Not saying Africa was bad, but you know, that was the opposite direction of where you wanted to go, or South America, or China, wherever. You didn't end up going where you wanted to because you didn't have a clear idea who you were and what you were about, and got pulled into situations, other people's dreams, and they pulled you out of your own dreams. So the sun is the master projector saying it's time to be your own projector, your own dreamer. Be the dreamer. And that means sometimes taking the red pill. When we take the red pill, we wake up, and the red pill in the Matrix, by the way, is the woke pill. But when Neo wakes up, he wakes up to a shit harsh world, right? Where the devil and the Five of Swords were going on. You know, those little bots going around trying to rip open your ship and stuff. It was not a nice world. So, you know, when you take the red pill, you first have to face the shadow. And that's what all of this is about, is to go in to face the shadow. It doesn't last forever. The sun does come back around. So hang in there, Taurus. You are really just about at the end of this. We do have the reverse Two of Swords. So there has been a decision with this reverse Two of Pentacles. Something you were back and forth with something for a while. And I feel this solar eclipse came up and illuminated this devil issue, and something in that Five of Swords and these two reverse Two of Swords and Two of Pentacles, you woke up, Taurus. I think it's because it started messing with your money. Honey, you want a bull, you know, Taurus would be chill about all kind of things and start messing with their money, their house, their food. Oh no, it's trying, you're in trouble. So yeah, I do see it kind of, something did affect your money situation, got you really thinking about making a major change. Could have been a relationship, you know. Just you were the one going out and making the money, and partner, and it doesn't matter about gender. We know that nowadays. They were the ones that had too much fun spending it for you, right? Talking about other people's money, that was my money, and they were spending it. Okay, Taurus, I do feel like there's happier days to come, and it does have to do with being more solid in yourself. Once you delve into your intuition and you get clear with yourself on what needs to change, there will be, this is the Seven of Wands. It looked like the Five of Wands for a minute, but I forgot the Five of Wands is very different. So the Seven of Wands, this one person, here you are, you just got just barely higher ground, and you're jumping up. So it might feel like you're overwhelmed if it's reversed. You know, felt like people were coming at you from every direction in the past. Again, I feel like it's this thing. It's like, I got one fire put out. This is what I'm hearing. I no sooner did I get one fire put out and another one come, and another. Okay, it's just, oh my gosh, I'm just exhausted. That's what I'm hearing. And you're ready to go out and party and have a good time. This is the Three of Cups. You know, be around like-minded other people, really, that have this equal give and take. That's where this is hitting. Like-minded people that have this equal give and take. I'm tired of being held hostage, basically. That's what I'm hearing. Held hostage and being surrounded by other people. Held hostage maybe by finances or other people's indecision. To the point where there was two opportunities, but the other one just evaporated because somebody couldn't make up their mind. It's a possibility. You know, you could have been dealing with some fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but this is the really toxic relationship. You know, it may have been based on sex in the beginning. Or, you know, some toxic relationships, there's not any sex. You know, it can be the extreme of too much or not enough or not any at all. You know, that's just kind of what I'm hearing when I touch these cards. It's like, but it's all for manipulation and control. It's not about making a real connection. And other people could have their own deep, dark issues that's nothing to do with you. But I do feel this is a controlling. You're coming out of a very controlling situation or need to. Okay, well, this is what I see. This is you, Taurus. This is the reverse Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, then that anytime the King or Queen of Pentacles was reversed, I do see you personally, especially since you're an Earth sign, the fixed Earth sign, really feeling unstable. And again, it just could be with the world situation, with this relationship or this business. I don't know if this is It could be both a love partnership and a business, but you know, mixing, very few people in this world can actually live and work together and have a relationship. I know more and more people are attempting it, but it's not easy. Relationships are difficult enough on their own. And that means a lot of times, if you're not really, if I'm seeing this toxic situation, if I didn't see the toxic situation, if I just saw the sun and both of you were upright, I don't care if it's two queens, it could be two women, it could be two women in business, but really I'm talking about feminine energy. So if both of you were upright and there wasn't this devil energy in the way, I would say go for it. Looks like you're going to be booming, business is going to be great, but the two people are not on the same page. The one person wants to be more dominant over the other one, have the more dominant ideas, the controlling ways, the devil ways, and that really interfered with business because, you know, sometimes Queen of Wands, they are the more fiery, out there, outgoing personality. Not saying that Taurus isn't. Taurus is very solid, but they, you know, the Wands really do have a my way or the highway kind of situation. They really get into that, and that could cause a situation to be at odds. The next card we have here is the Moon card. The Moon, that's secrets, things hidden. I mean, the Devil card with the Moon, I mean, some really toxic, some maybe even some really seriously messed up stuff. I don't know. It depends on your situation, what Taurus that you are. It could be anything that maybe somebody was you know, out there and doing things they weren't supposed to. Not necessarily cheating sexually. It could be drugs, alcohol, whatever their secret was. It could be some secret that you have that's buried deep within you from early childhood, maybe even a past life, something really deep that needs to be cleared so that you can have your victory in the sun. That's the Six of Wands with the Sun card, having your victory in the sun. But first you need to do battle with the moon. And look, we just had the eclipse, the new moon in Sagittarius and the sun in Sagittarius. The moon came over it, eclipsed out the light. But what happened was during that eclipse, the devil got exposed. The devil got exposed. Could be having another problem with a Capricorn here. This may not necessarily be you, the reverse Queen of Pentacles. But definitely I see a power struggle with two people. And something getting exposed. Could be a family member, again, work, family, friends. It's all kinds of relationships. And it all stems from the relationship that you have with yourself, or, you know, showing you that where you need to work on your relationship with yourself so that you can have better ones on the outside. Let's see. We want to hit the money cards. Let's see. Angels of Abundance for Taurus. Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Angels of Abundance. What do you want to tell Taurus? I can see they're a little worried about money to some degree. They got mixed up with the devil. They want to get out of that chain, that bondage, that situation, that contract. A contract that didn't pay off. They just got breadcrumbs. Could be within a group of people. Give and take is definitely off. What do you have to say, Taurus? I mean, try not to sneeze. Nose is itching. Protect yourself, Taurus. All right. Thanks. Oh, Taurus has been stubborn. They don't want to come out. Usually they're just flying. Okay, we'll take that one. All right. We'll do Santa Claus. Why not? We do Santa Claus. Okay. I'm going to have to pop on the glasses so I can see these. First one we had was take a divinely guided chance. All positive change and successful ventures involve a degree of risk. Sometimes, Taurus, you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone. Divine guidance. Follow your, and you're ready to follow your divine guidance to new territories. Some of you may be moving to new territories. for work. As you leave behind that which is comfortable and familiar, but no longer appropriate for you, you make room for new and more meaningful opportunities. So yes, this was a comfortable situation. The money might have been good enough. It might not have been perfect or great, but it covered the bills and you had a little extra. But it was really very toxic, and it's time to move out of that situation. And this is conscious consumer here. It says you have the power to heal and help the world with your decision to buy only products and services that are ethical and environmentally friendly. As a conscious consumer, you choose to invest in fair trade and organic goods, live simply, and purchase only that which you need. If you didn't care about anything else in here, Taurus, because I know there's different levels of you. Some of you are very much into fair trade and organic foods and taking care of the earth and being environmental, and maybe that's a hint on what direction to go. Even if some of you didn't want to hear any of that, live simply and purchase only what you need right now. Okay, live, because you're taking this risk. So be careful, don't go overspending, right? Even though it's Christmas time and you feel like you may have a windfall of abundance, but abundance is not always necessarily money. It could be abundance of opportunities. It can be abundance of problems if you pick the wrong path. You know, always abundance is abundance. I'm also being told, Taurus, remember to ask for what you do want. Don't start thinking about the past too much in the future and worrying about what you don't want, thinking about things that used to happen that you didn't like. It's really time to, we all need to have that clean slate right now. This says an increase in abundance is arriving in many different forms. Some of them are unexpected. Woohoo! Be open to receiving, so open your receptive side up, Taurus, and know that this abundance comes to you to support your life purpose, health, and charitable work. So that's another thing. You know, there's many ways to tithe in the world. You know, once upon a time, when some of you may have gone to church or had other religions, synagogue, mosque, whatever, where you would make donations, and that would be called tithing, and we gave 10% of our energy to help the world. But it's not always money. Not if you don't have the money or you don't want to do it that way, that could be your time and energy. Sometimes that's even better to go and help people, especially at this time of the year when Santa Claus is out, do a little charitable work. We're not just talking about writing a check. I'm really feeling to get your hands in there and to be a part of it, you know, like hand food out during a food drive. Be one of the volunteers that helps to do that. That's just something that came across. It doesn't have to be a food drive, but that will connect you to really feeling gratitude for where you're at and being grateful that you're able to help others. It may even clue you into your life purpose. Wow, that felt so good to do that. Yeah, I was over here working this job that was all about money, and I came home at the end of the day feeling kind of icky. But then I went and just volunteered my time and helped these people that really did need something that you were able to provide willingly and happily, and giving without wanting to get back. This is just, I have more than enough. This is my way of tithing. Just like, you know, me doing these readings. I give these readings. I give of myself, and the universe is very happy with me when I do this. I don't do this with expectation in return. I do this because I go bonkers. This is part of who I am and what I need to do. But I had to go through a similar process of what you guys are in the midst of right now. Is who am I? What am I about? And what am I here to do in this world? Once you figure it out, it really does rock and roll, Taurus, with this windfall. I do see some happy days coming. You will be successful. You will come out triumphant if you choose, you know, to listen to your higher self. Let your intuition be your guide to get you out of this murky, this is all that Neptunian Pisces, cover up the devil energy, all this shit going on behind the scenes and stuff. That's all been illuminated. And if it hasn't been, it's going to be, because this eclipse energy is still going to be around real strong until March, perhaps again, even into your birthday. Well, Taurus, I've been yapping a little long on you guys. I hope you enjoyed reading. Thank you for being here and making this far through. I really appreciate it. If you'd hit that like button, I really appreciate it. It helps the algorithm get to churning again for the Mystic Con. Like, share, subscribe, all that. I'll get to check out my crystals on Etsy. You know, it doesn't hurt to look. You can always bend to shop, and if you see something you like, and there'll be more and more things there, so you may find a crystal that really will work for you and help you out here. All right, thank you, Taurus. I'll see you later. Bye bye now. Be dreaming.